welcome back to the Raceway at Western Fair District, London, Ontario, for some half-mile harness racing action. Joining me for the pregame show this evening, Assistant Racing Manager Greg Gangle. Myself, I'm your track announcer, Shannon Doyle, with you for tonight's action. We get underway at about 6:15 p.m. Eastern. HPI, play of the day, went to Greg Gangle for this one. Tell us about it.
Well, you couldn't come up with one.
Right.
And we were struggling. We found that this card was very much wide open, and I turned the page to race 8, and I found Rafa. I liked the way that he raced last week. First start off a layoff. Love the gate speed. He's a great big horse.
You bet.
You'd be curious to see how he handles the first turn here in London, but, you know, post 6, he can get off the wings. I like the fact that Jay Harris is back in the bike, and I remember him earlier in his career. Richard Moreau had him. Was a 51, 52 pacer at Woodbine, and I think he might be able to bottom out this field.
Right on. I'm going to stay with my top choice in there, number 2, New Standard, who I believe has been knocking on the door and could pop there today for Colin Kelly. But, yeah, for Greg Gangle, the play of the day, race 8, number 6, Rafa. You'll look forward to seeing him. He's a nice big pacer.
Yeah, he's a big pacer. Jack Stan has a lot of gate speed. He leaves one post inside there from post 5. So I think that's your speed in the race. And like I said, second start back in that 7-day rotation for Chris DiCenzo. Like the fact Jay Harris is in the bike. Might be able to get a bit of a price because he starts on the outside.
Right on. Okay, that's your play of the day for Gangle. Early pick 3 kicks off in race number 1. Always a $2,500 guaranteed pool throughout the meet. Low 15% take. It is a go-to wager. I went 4 deep in this opening leg to kick things off. Over into race number 2, 3, 4, and 6. This 4. Whole lot of sugar, does not have a whole lot of gate speed, left from the rail last 3 times out, but struggled in the early going, but always coming late. Second best last time out, a couple of victories before that. Nat Day, driving in part for Teen to the Moon, supporting Breast Cancer Awareness 2018. She's on board the 4, whole lot of sugar there in the second. Third race to round out a pick 3 play. It's the 4, J.D. Murdoch, second career outing for that one for trainer Heather Toll. The 6, Charmbo Dev, a beaten favorite last time out, expecting a little bit better effort from that one. The early pick 4 kicks off in that 4th race. I'm going to select the 4 and 6 to kick things off, staying with those same 2 in the 3rd. Hit the all button, race 4, now a reduced field, Greg.
Yeah, take out Navy Lieutenant. You know, we've had some snow throughout southwestern Ontario into Michigan, so we're going to have some scratches up from our friends towards Windsor. So a shorter field, but a compact group, and I think it's fairly wide open.
Right on. Key in on 5. It's a big secret to double up there in the 5th. Race 6, I went deeper, even still there. 6 deep in race 6, the high 5 play. Race number 9 will begin the late pick 4. It's the final 4 races for a late pick 4 in London. I'm going deep pretty much everywhere except for race number 10. Number 2, Real, getting class relief, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the fact that he gets an inside post. I like the fact that Jay Harris is back aboard. Tim Myers always puts up solid numbers.
You betcha. That's a look at tonight's late pick 4. We're going to take a short break right now. If you've got comments or suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. Greg Gangle, Greg Blanchard, myself, give me a follow on Twitter tonight at Doyle. Join the conversation. Short break right now, coming back with a whole lot more.
HPIBet.com. Access, rewards, and more.
Hey, welcome back to the pregame. You're watching Race Day at the Raceway, Western Fair District, London, Ontario. Assistant Racing Manager Greg Gangle with us tonight for the pregame. I'm your track announcer, Shannon Doyle. Wagering menu for tonight, low 15% takeout, pick 3s, pick 4, high 5 play. Those high 5s, they continue to pay really good here, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely. For the type of pools and the type of payouts that we have, especially with favorites being so close to the top 3, if not a part of the top 3, the payouts are fantastic.
Yeah, we witnessed some 20-cent payouts in the thousands of dollars here for the high 5s. Go-to wagers here in London, they are that pick 3 play right up front in the 1st. Noting tonight's pick 4 plays, races 3 and 9. It's the 3rd race to begin the early final 4 for the late pick 4. The high 5s again featured races 6 and 12, mile and a 16th the distance. Released today were the 5 finalists for Caretaker of the Year. Marta DeSico, Brad Doyle, Cassidy Schneider, Tammy Durbridge, Taylor Fritz. Congratulations to all those making it to the finalists. The winner will be selected February 17th. Horse people were asked to submit nominations, Greg.
Yeah, this is a award that I think is fabulous that we do here at the Raceway, because it's, if you talk to any trainer, the unsung heroes in this sport are the caretakers. So, you know, we left it open for a couple of weeks in the paddock. Trainers, owners, drivers can nominate a caretaker to be to perhaps be nominated for the award. So we had 5 that we went with, and you know, now we're going to open it up once again to everybody in the paddock. The ballot box is going to be open in the race office, so people can vote on who they feel will be should be crowned 2017 Caretaker of the Year.
Right on. That ballot box in the paddock tonight, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 ballot per horse person to make a vote on our 5 finalists. Again, the winner will be announced at our annual awards banquet coming up on Saturday, February 17th. Tickets are now on sale.
And they're going quick. So my advice is get that $40 in advance. It beats that price at the door. Again, $280 for a table of 8. We're selling out by the table. We've had numerous phone calls throughout the last 7 to 10 days. And if anybody's been to the banquet in the past, certainly you know, any type of the atmosphere with the cocktails.
It's a fabulous time.
It is. And the spread that is put on by our accompanying partner, Spectra, second to none.
Right on. The awards begin at around 8 with a dance to follow. Again, it's always a great time. For more info, contact our own Amy O'Toole. Let's talk about who's been hot at the Raceway. Thus far in 2018, Nick Stewart's been doing it well, but Scott Coulter missing some time, but he's doing really well.
So far in 2018, Coulter is winning at 41%. That's a staggering number. Mind you, he hasn't had the number of drives as he might normally would because he was involved in a post-race accident not too long ago, and then I believe he took a week off or 2 maybe for...
I think it was about 2 weeks, but it's great to see him back.
Vacation with his family, and it's that time of year. I actually sometimes, you know, from a horse player's perspective, these drivers, just like horses, need a little bit of time off to freshen up. So,
right on.
you know, Coulter's come back guns a-blazing.
He hasn't missed a step. Rob Shepard, Bob McClure, Alfie Carroll always seemed a factor in our Who's Hot for drivers. As far as trainers go, Patrick Shepard busting out of the gate among all trainers throughout Ontario, throughout Canada.
Yeah, he's leading trainer right now in all of Canada, and I think only 4th or 5th maybe nationwide, including the U.S. But some of the trainers that really don't send out the number of starters that Shepard does that deserves a lot of attention. Kyle Boston's putting up huge numbers so far in 2018, along with Colonel Schneider Jr.
One horse that's certainly turned the corner for Kyle Boston's Calamagoo.
Yeah, absolutely. Alfie's been driving her great. I think gate speed is one of her best assets, but at the same time, you know, she's well classified, and you know, she's got some back class as well.
Smaller stable there for Len Lalonde Jr. He's got 4 victories. He's only sent out 7 starters, though. The other 3 have finished second.
Yeah, he's only got a couple of horses that generally race here at the Raceway, but when Len Lalonde brings one here, you're not going to see 10 to 1. You're going to see probably 8 to 5 tops.
And you got to play him. He's a must play here in London. Len Lalonde Jr. sending out horses here at the Raceway. Greg, you've done a great job providing track facts throughout our evening simulcast, and you can feature, or you can catch the track facts provided by Greg on our live feed. Tell us a little bit about the track facts.
Yeah, it kind of took me back to my days at Woodbine, where we try to put up some stats and some figures and stuff that you can't really read in the program. And a lot of times when I look at the program, especially horses coming in from Woodbine, the Meadowlands, you know, bigger tracks, well, how do they do on the half?
It's not in the program.
It's not in the program, exactly. So we try to come up with some unique stuff. Sometimes it's hard because generally we have the same horses week after week after week. So then we put up some driver stats, some trainer stats. We talked about the success of Coulter, the success of Nick Stewart, Bob McClure, et cetera. So we try to be unique when we can. With the younger horses, we try to put up some breeding.
And you try to be nice. You're not slagging anybody, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I put up one there a few days ago. I can't remember what it was. It was a horse that didn't have any success on a half in its entire life. It was a trotter, Jet Petey, I believe. And the horse did make a break here. So, I mean, you could treat it like maybe a negative comment, but at the same time, it was just more or less providing a fact to horse players because the horse was the favorite.
Right.
So I wasn't trying to slander the horse or any means like that. It was just simply, this is what he's done. This is his history on a half-mile track, and let the public decide.
And you nailed it.
Yeah, you might say he got lucky. I mean,
He did get parked. He got pressed.
Yeah, he got a tough trip.
Yeah,
He did. So, but with that being said, that's just an example of one. There's some other ones. But again, the whole purpose behind it is just to provide some insight that horse players can't read in the program, and especially if you're at an off-track simulcast, you can see it up on the screen and say, oh, that trainer's hot or that driver's doing well. I'm going to go to the windows on that one.
Right on. We'll be looking forward to the track facts tonight, again, provided by our own Greg Gangle. 12 races tonight. Why?
Well, we canceled 1 week ago this evening
Right.
due to weather and track conditions and so forth. So, we want to get everybody raced as much as possible. Flamborough last night added races as well. So, we certainly want to get everybody raced as much as possible. Horse population is certainly a situation where we try to get everybody raced as much as possible. So, that is displayed here tonight as well.
That's right. Flamborough Downs had some extra racing over the weekend
Yeah.
as well. So we'll look forward to a dozen tonight. Pick 4 placement. Again, we always start the pick 4 in race number 3, and it's always our final 4.
That's right. So tonight it's going to start in race 9 due to 12 races. If we had 11, well, then it would start in race number 8.
All right, I get questioned sometimes when you see a race like race number 12 tonight. Normally a field of 9.
Yep.
We see the 8-horse only listed as the only trailer in there, leaving from post 9. Again, I get questioned on this quite a bit when they see horses in the program that are leaving from different post positions than their number pad. A late scratch after the draw, but before the finalization of the program, right?
Correct. So when the draw took place, originally there was 9 horses, and then there was a scratch immediately prior to print time. So we were able to, just rectify it for our customers' sake. But that horse would start from that particular post.
Those of you on track tonight, you get the on-track program. You'll see I have Artistic Choice selected as my top play for race number 12. He was the horse that came out late prior to the program being finalized for chart lines, etc. So that's the case there. And I guess we can go back and do some recapping now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some pick 3 and pick 4 playing. These are go-to wagers tonight at the Raceway. I went deep in that opening leg. Artistic Pick, he went a big one there last time. He went first up the whole ways at 1 mile and a 16th. Jay Harris could have a big night on tap tonight.
That was a big effort too. That horse I thought was going to throw in the towel at the 5/8, and he didn't. So yeah, you could be onto something. We got Jay Harris picked quite a bit here tonight.
We do. Over into race number 2, it's a 3, 4, 6, and any third race. If we get there, we need the 4, J.D. Murdoch, or the 6, Charmbo Dev to show up. The early pick 4 does start in that third race. I'm going to use the same 2. It's J.D. Murdoch, second career outing. You've got Charmbo Dev at a post 6 trying to rebound off a beaten fave outing. The all-button race 4, it looks good. The late scratch of 7, Navy Lieutenant came in there. And the 5, it's a big secret. Race number 5 kind of jumps off the page. An easy victory there last time.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the type of race where you have to go deep and in order to get value. And anytime you're dealing with this type of class, generally more times than not, we see a lot of upsets.
Right on. Over into race number 9, noting race number 9 to start a late pick 4. I'm 5 deep in that opening leg. Savannah Splendor, I know this one's been here before, can get around the half mile, and in from Woodbine off the claim.
Yeah, and it's had a lot of success racing on the half-mile track. Again, put up a track fact about that one. Raced back in May of 2017, I believe, and was a winner. So first start at London, first win in 2017.
Right on. Over into race number 10, I'm going to key in on number 2, Real. My late pick 4 hinges on 2, Real, who's facing easier there in the 10th race. 11th race, scratch the 1, Leafs and Wings. Kendall Fresco now gets a shot from that rail. I know that horse likes to race up close. He doesn't like to win much. Single victory there last season, but I'm thinking pretty good things for that one tonight. On the
Yeah, and don't discount Waltz King Hanover. We talked about the Kyle Boston's barn. If we want to go a little bit further, Lawman Rain from the trailing spot might be the spot for him to start from.
Just maybe put a circle around that one. Gangle suggesting 8, Lawman Rain there in race number 11. 12th race, Finale. This is a super high 5 play and now a reduced field of 7. There was a late scratch prior to printing of the program, and now another scratch coming in of 3, Perfect Poser. 5 deep for me in that final race, super high 5. Again, that is a go-to wager. Cameraman Trev is standing by. He went 2 for 2 last week, Greg.
He's hot.
He's hot. What do you got for us, Trev? Race 8, number 2. He's going to go up against your play of the day. You like the 6, Rafa. The cameraman liking 2, New Standard. Been knocking on the door.
He's got a case. He's been knocking on the door in his last 3 starts. The horse is versatile enough. and he remains at the same level. And generally, you're going to get a price. Look at the prices he's been putting up in his last 3. So
Right on. And the cameraman just happens to be hot. It's pub
That's
night
right.
at the top of the fair. No reservation required. Doors open up at 5:30. Fabulous pub-style menu. We've got another edition of Survivor Tuesday coming up tomorrow. Players all over this Survivor Tuesday.
it's a great contest, and everybody gets in early, and it's a lot of fun to track as well.
Yeah, you bet. Well over 100 normally for entries on Tuesday. Free to play, online or on track, brought to you each and every week by HPI Bet. Closing boards. Everything you need is on our website. Always free programs, selections, video replays, ticket ideas, and more. You can find that at westernfairdistrict.com/raceway. Thank you so much for joining us in the pregame. Greg Gangle, 6:15 the start time tonight for 12 races. Good luck, everybody.